Hello folks, don't forget to comment and subscribe in this video. Okay, so finally I would say this. If anybody have seen my latest video on something, I know this is crazy. I've been to the restaurant that I used to work, or the Italian restaurant, Trattoria's Pampered Chef. I don't know if they're, put it this way, one thing. He said he will call me and stuff. Anyway, I'm doing this because either way I need to make some money or somewhere. I haven't have set to go to my Colombia trip to visit my dad, and then I was asking iJustine to do so. All right, I made that video about it, the clips below, and to the beautiful woman that I admire. Yes, and you might see it. I don't know you in real life, but this is how it goes. All right. The main purpose I'm doing this, I haven't just tried to say that where I work or where I did. I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna make another video at the park that it is more about me, and just saying this. My work life in there, and that's also to iJustine, that I'm going to talk about something that is very, very important to and personal in my lifespan. All right, so let's say I'd work at a Pizza Hut answering phones. I'm not very, very, very calmly or something like that, but hey, the main thing is that I yell at people and gets very upset. I am cool, how life lessons learned. All right, so talking about that brief part of it, I'd worked before and all, and then I knew that this has happened to me since I eventually did something that I have never have done. All right, I got fired and so because I did something, and I wasn't I wasn't even calm back then. Now everything's with an app, technology and everything, like changed their ways of how people work or how they order the food or something like that. Things like Uber Eats and stuff, put it that way. But that's why the reason I want to ask, even if iJustine or Zarek is watching, that I have to learn my way to calm down and not to follow the rules, or like not just follow the rules, but try to kind people. It's not that easy answering phones and stuff, but you know how things are. So well, that's all. Then what I would say for everybody else that I have never talked to is face-based apps. I mean, face-based apps are something that we all take for granted. We all take for granted and stuff like this. I mean, I'm the first one to say about it because it just came in my mind, my idea, and I'm talking about all this. All right, so there are some apps that they saying to have it on TV. I mean, what they announce and all that stuff. Yeah, about faith-based apps, and then I'm going to say this. I don't know if there's something about Judaism. If you're if you're a Jew or you're a Jew or something. Those faith-based apps for that. This faith-based apps. I'm wondering it is to help people to guide to a higher power. And first of all, I don't know if I'm wearing where I'm going, but hey, those faith-based apps are really helpful and stuff. And I'm mentioning for what it is. All right, they have everything has to work on, and for real, these companies that they want to provide these faith-based apps, they need work to do. They need a lot of work to do because people are seeking. All right, there are these U version. This is the first of one of those apps that I have it with me. I have it on my phone. I have it on the on my tablet. Even though you have ads and stuff like the learning language apps and stuff, that is it is the Bible. You seek some comfort, feel good comfort. You seeking the Bible app from U version that has so many versions of the Bible, from the NIV version to the various King James versions and even the Catholic versions of the Bible in that app. You choose a version of the Bible, either from the Protestant or Catholic and Orthodox based Bibles. You read there the Word of God. That's what it is, and then you got it. You got to have this Bible app. I recommend it. All right, that's just one thing of a faith-based version Bible. All right, I'm not sure about the catechism in some of the apps that they now, I would say, to reach on the point to this is where people would say this in whatever maybe is to look for something of great comfort, and apps that are missing in there. These apps that I would say that I try to mention is this: there have been apps that I know that they need to work on, even not just for Apple users, Android users, and everybody, is the digital rosary. All right. So the idea of coming up with the digital rosary, and that is something that people leans to. All right. It is something. It's the type of prayer beads that people pray to God, and with these type of prayer beads, all right, called the rosary. All right. And then with that, you could do the daily. It tells you the day and what is the sorrowfuls and all of this, what it takes to make these apps, this app, most likely that anybody who goes and do these rosary prayers. And then what it is just an app that just like the actual rosary that you gotta, if you have one, you could read what days You need to pray even for whatever you need and all that stuff. And then the idea of that type of app was also is even if you have this type of digital rosary, you see it, you see what the beads count, the Our Fathers, the Hail Marys, and and the and the five mysteries, in the section of the five mysteries of the rosary being prayed digitally in this form, in a way that you could have any petition of anything, and then that would be guide to a spiritual life in a way that I would say this is a great idea. The greatest idea ever with these faith-based apps is you need to connect to a higher power. You need to just sit down and say, you need to do this because, like, even if you feel sorry, even I would say to all this beginning and all this stuff, these things, and what I have learned from others, what I have learned that even Snowden, I mean, not oh wait no Magdalene Snow, who know that you might know about the idea of this video of the digital rosary idea. It's not now nobody is there to do this, but the digital rosary is a good idea, and that you can have it in not just on iOS but in Android devices. In others, they just tell that all you have is the phone and attached to there's like a digital rosary in the screen, and then each bead and each mystery and the five mysteries that you could guide on, and the petitions that you want to put and all that stuff with the digital rosary app. All right, so that also is anybody that knows that the Bible app is out there. The YouVersion Bible is the one I use. I use like a Catholic version of that Bible app, and there's so various versions of the Bible in the YouVersion Bible. You could download that. I mean, and that's what the faith is. When you have the beliefs of what you believe is true, and you have conscious to what it is. Even if I see this video from Jessica and it says there's a fire and truth, and I myself raised in my own faith, most likely so no pun intended to certain Protestants. I'm a Catholic too, but anyway, we all have lived together in these apps with, and even Jessica that say something true, that you need to lean to God. I mean, lean to God or have this fire. I mean, apps like this, digitally censored, like the Bible app, YouVersion Bible app, you could download it on your phone. But the idea of I don't know what other apps they have, or the Hollow app they have, or maybe the version of a catechism app about a catechism app about the digital rosary. That would be a great idea. I mean, the main thing about the digital rosary, and the idea is that people who have these apps, they get stronger in their faith if they are lean to a denomination of a faith that we all know where the majority of the world practice. I mean, I don't know that they have the Quran, put it that way. But folks, for you leaning them, there might be some Quran apps about the Quran, but other than that, the idea of the digital rosary is a great idea, because we already have the Bible app, we already have Hallow that could include catechism. There might have some catechism in downloaded online, but most likely the idea of the digital rosary, an app called the digital rosary, gotta be somebody's thinking, oh whoa, I have that in mind. Boom, digital rosary. Boom, that's it. Anyway, that's all, folks. See you in the next video. I'm going to have more about me to one particular YouTuber, iJustine, because I have never been the ticket, but when I get to the ticket, where I am going to take this flight, even though it is to, I would love to meet somebody. I know I have no girlfriend, no job or anything. I have friends. That doesn't mean that, whoa, I'm gonna talk to my brother and says, oh, you wanna go ahead and this person? All right, guys, I'll tell you what, you wanna hit somebody, sometimes you travel somewhere. I mean, for me and for all of you and for one particular person is, okay, I am just a person to let me be honest with you. I am just a one, I love to be that one girl guy. I am just a one woman man. I'm just going to be very faithful until saying, if I get to meet you, right? I'll be just faithful and just thinking about you all the time. Yes, and then what it is more about me is because I am going to make the next video when there's a plane ticket, where I going, and the day. It's not set up yet, but the video is gonna come soon. So peace out. Please subscribe. That's all, folks, because I'm saying that. And see you on the next video on Embargo Man. I would love to have more subscribers, and I would love to grow my channel, and I would love to reach into the moment that my channel could grow and doing this, and to have my other half in my between, that if she could help me boost this channel, I will be on her channel. Well, I'm on Main Street, and on the day they open an Apple store there is the day that I hope that our forces is together. I meet my half. I don't have to go to Colombia, but that never happens. I hope that this would be that the forces within Embargo Man and the person I want to be with is to have my channel grow, essentially more growth to my channel, and explore and share the things we share. All right, that's the reason why I want this channel to grow. If I have my other half, then I could do the video that when they open an Apple store here, I would have with the person who is going to be my significant other. So goodbye, everybody.